When two twin flames fall in love, what they are really falling in love with is the energy of the other, not the person. In some sense, the physical representation of the person we consider to be, quote unquote, our twin flame is really just the physical vessel for this twin flame energy. Because of this, being a twin flame is what we call a highly energetic experience. Although we can become very caught up in the day-to-day interactions, conversations, or lack of interactions in the physical 3D world with, again, the person we consider to be our twin flame, these things are all incredibly surface level. In fact, they barely scratch the surface of what is actually going on within our twin flame connection, because what is going on is happening, again, very energetically. It is about the bond that is not necessarily created, but that is recognized, that exists energetically between us and this other physical vessel, this person who houses or carries our counterpart twin flame energy or frequency. Now, the question remains, if being a twin flame is so essential to my life path, which for those of you who feel a magnetic pull to this podcast, to this video, to this channel, that is a very good indicator that being a twin flame is part of your soul identity. There are many, many different schools of spiritual thought or identities, so to speak. These identities are proclivities that are evolved over lifetimes and lifetimes over, in human terms, what we would think of as thousands of years of lives. We choose these particular orientations in order to use them as tools, as a vehicle to spiritual evolution. Now, like I said, there are many different vehicles for soul evolution that can be used. Twin flame journey, twin flame path is simply one of those vehicles. And again, the one that those of us who resonate with this kind of material, really with that resonance, we are remembering that we chose to experience this specific vehicle, this path, to heighten our spiritual awareness and understanding, and ultimately spiritually evolve ourselves, and in doing so, evolve humanity, our collective consciousness as well. So, what happens when our twin flame's physical vessel or being passes on in this lifetime, is no longer physically present with us? What happens if there is a situation with this physical person that becomes so heavy, so weighted down, so impossible for months or for years that we almost feel as though we have lost that connection? We no longer feel the connection to the physical person that we thought to be or that was our twin flame, but we still feel and know in our soul that we are a twin flame and can still feel that energetic connection, that energetic pull to someone or something that we know shares that identical core soul frequency, even if it is no longer that same physical person, physical being. In these cases, we can experience what is known as a twin flame walk-in. And that is what I'm going to be discussing in today's video. By the way, I did just see the number 444, if that is significant to you. This video is difficult to create. It's difficult to channel this information because it is incredibly delicate. So I'm treading very lightly here, and before I proceed into the information I've been channeling about twin flame walk-ins, I also feel it necessary to first say this information will not necessarily resonate with everyone on your current path, nor does the twin flame walk-in experience happen to all twin flames or even most twin flames. In fact, I would say that having a twin flame walk-in is an incredibly rare experience. However, these are also extreme times that we are living in on the planet, as many of you, as all of you listening here know, which I do feel is actually increasing the number of people, of twin flame couples who may potentially experience a twin flame walk-in. So I've been feeling really strongly guided to share this information because my guides are telling me that some who are connecting in, not all, but some who are resonating with my readings with this channel, who identify as twin flames, could potentially at this time or in the near future have a walk-in experience. And it is essential for those specific individuals, and I feel intuitively you will know who you are, but it is essential for you, if this connects with you, that at the very least you are aware of this potential, of this possibility happening or having already happened within your twin flame connection and what it means. Specifically, I feel guided to create this video after I saw a message on my Instagram DMs. I am unable to keep up with responding to these messages, but I do try to look at them, to read through them at the least. And it was from one of you beautiful souls who shared with me that your twin flame had recently passed on in this lifetime, and what to do or how to feel about this situation of transition with your twin. And while I don't want to make this video exclusively about that topic, because that really does deserve its own space, it's a very challenging dynamic within twin flame connection that some experience, I want to share with you something that is possible for you. Again, possible, not necessary, not something that you 100% will experience, but a possibility for you as a twin flame when, again, there is a circumstance where your twin flame passes on, where they are potentially in some kind of a serious accident or something that causes them to either mentally, emotionally, or physically no longer have a suitable vessel for twin flame energy, for your counterpart energy. Now, in this case, there are two potentials, and these are really potentials that are unique to us. They are pre-decided by us on a soul level prior to this lifetime, but one potential is that you will remain connected energetically to this person. However, you will predominantly communicate with them and have a reunion with them in the 5D. So in the case of a twin flame passing on, some twin flames left behind here on Earth, remaining here on Earth, may choose to retain this energetic connection that does not have a new physical vessel. So their twin flame's energy will remain present with them spiritually, meaning you will be able to sense them with you on a soul level, especially while you are resting, while you are sleeping, while you are meditating, and they will essentially hover near you or near your life path in the physical, the remainder of your life path, to continue assisting you and supporting you. In these cases, very often you will also end up partnering with high-level romantic soulmate connections. Some will choose to remain unpartnered, to simply live on their own and continue, again, energetically connecting in with the spirit, the energy of their passed on twin flame. But sometimes, when there is still more for you to learn in this lifetime, when you still feel this longing for more physical interaction with your twin flame counterpart, with a divine counterpart, when you still have more to learn about divine love connection, but your twin flame's physical vessel has moved on, sometimes your soul and your twin flame's soul will choose a different path. And this is one instance of where we can experience a twin flame walk-in. Now, is this the only time twin flame walk-ins happen? No. Again, I believe twin flame walk-ins only happen typically in extreme situations and cases, and are also very rare. And the twin flame walk-in experience is not to be confused with twin flame separation. This is where it can get very confusing, and where I feel I have to tread very lightly in sharing this information, because we or our twin flame can at times in the physical be in a very dark space, emotionally, physically, mentally. We can feel very lost in life. We can go through an intense ego death. And through this process, things can be so heavy in our connection that there necessitates a physical, emotional, mental, or communication-wise separation between us and our twin flame in the physical. And we call this twin flame separation. The difference between this and a twin flame walk-in is profound. There is a big difference. When you are in twin flame separation, which nearly every single pair of twin flames will experience physical separation. It is part of our soul learning, our growth, our evolution. But in a twin flame separation, yes, it can feel painful, it can feel confusing, it can cause you to feel very lost, very unsure. But at the same time, throughout all of that, you feel the presence of your twin flame very strongly. You feel their essence very strongly. It's difficult to put into words, but those of you who have experienced it will really understand what I'm talking about here. You can sense them with you, even when you are apart. And in fact, that is actually part of the very thing that makes twin flame separation so confusing and so painful, is because you feel your twin flame so strongly. You feel so much love for them. You feel so connected energetically to them. And yet there is this distance or this disconnect in the physical. This means that you and this other person, this person you consider to be your twin flame, are still sharing that identical core soul frequency, that twin flame frequency. And you are connecting, supporting, assisting one another. It's just that at this time, you have some kind of healing or growth that is taking place at a distance in the physical. But again, there's still energetically, spiritually, that mutual support of one another. So again, that is all twin flame separation, and a separate topic of conversation. What we're talking about here is a twin flame walk-in, which essentially again is the extreme or rare case where the physical person you considered to be your twin flame, because of some kind of extreme circumstance of mind, body, or soul, is no longer a suitable physical vessel for your twin flame counterpart energy. And yet there is still more for you that must be learned, that must be shared on this journey. Either temporarily or permanently. Again, there are endless variations on this potential in your twin flame connection, and only you can know if this is for you, if this connects with you, or what kind of twin flame walk-in you are experiencing. The most common twin flame walk-in experience is the twin flame walk-in that comes in after the physical vessel of the twin has passed on, especially if this passing occurs relatively early in life. Very often, a new physical vessel will begin carrying that twin flame frequency for you, so that you, whoever you are, still here on earth, still living this life, can continue to experience and learn from divine love connection, in spite of the fact that your twin flame's physical presence is no longer available to you. I know this sounds very confusing, but what will happen in this case is you will usually for a time, if your twin flame has passed and this occurs, which again, it doesn't always, but if it does occur, you will for a time usually feel your twin flame's energetic presence hovering. You will feel them very, very present with you, much like it felt when they were alive. But if you do have a twin flame walk in, then over time you will still feel as though you will know in your soul that you are still experiencing a twin flame path. And although you will have feelings of nostalgia, memories, you may miss the physical memory of your past twin flame. You will also begin to feel the walk-in, the physical presence of the walk-in pulling on your soul, because in this case, your twin flame's spirit or their soul or their energy has now latched on in some sense, in part, to someone else's energy. So someone else is now channeling through that twin flame connection, that twin flame energy, who is still living, still suitable to carry that twin flame frequency to allow you to continue learning the lessons of twin flame connection and evolving in the way that you wanted to evolve through this connection. Another potential for a twin flame walk-in situation is that your twin flame, like I said earlier, a walk-in only occurs in extreme cases when a physical vessel's mind, body, or soul becomes so weighted down, so heavy, or so damaged in some way. I know that the word damage has a lot of judgment to it, and I don't mean that with any judgment attached. I just mean changed to either, again, being passed on, or a much more base, more primal state that can no longer carry that very, very high, unconditionally loving frequency that twin flame love carries. In these cases, your twin flame's energy, I keep getting the word bounce, like it will kind of bounce to another potential suitable, more suitable carrier for twin flame frequency. Again, this is very different from twin flame separation, so only take this if it connects with you. This will not happen to most people, but there are some who will really connect with this and who need to be aware of this information. So, how do you know if you are experiencing a twin flame walk-in? Well, like I said, it's very different from twin flame separation, where you are separated physically in some sense from this person, but you still very strongly can feel them. And you know, in the case of twin flame separation, you know who your twin flame is in the physical. You feel very confident about who they are. You simply feel as though, although you are so connected with them on a soul level, energetically, you also realize that, or you are conscious of, some kind of physical, emotional, or mental disconnect in the physical. And so because of that, you are referring to this as a twin flame separation. Now, when you experience a twin flame walk-in as opposed to a separation, this means that you quite literally begin to stop feeling your twin flame's presence in the sense of the connection to that physical person altogether. So what I mean by this is when you are, let's say, meditating, visualizing, usually as a twin flame, once you identify your twin flame in the physical, it's very easy to bring this person with you into 5D, even their physical form, because you very much connect that physical presence of the person to the label twin flame. They are one and the same to you because you have become conscious of the fact that that physical person carries your twin flame's frequency. You are very knowing of that. You are very sure of that. So when you are meditating, you aren't just sensing this kind of vague, energetic, loving presence. You are quite literally able to even visualize that person that you've already encountered in the physical world that you consider to be your twin flame. What happens during a twin flame walk-in is, well, first, usually there has been some kind of severe disconnect in the physical between you and this person. By severe, I mean something that's a situation that either seems completely impossible, impassable, unchangeable, usually a situation that carries on over a course of time. This isn't just an argument, a disagreement, a bit of a separation. This is usually months or years of some kind of a severe disconnect that is causing the more awakened party in this situation, which is generally the divine feminine, a lot of pain and heartache and confusion. But all the while, during that, she still feels so connected to this person, to this physical person of her twin flame. And yet she feels as though her twin flame isn't budging in the situation, isn't changing, isn't open to growth or evolution within this connection. And again, very often this is because of some serious maladjustment of that person, their counterpart's spirit, their soul, their intentions to their physical human body. There is a lot that we can predestine, that we can decide prior to this lifetime, but part of the joy and excitement and the thrill of living life on planet Earth is the unknowns, is knowing that although we can set these intentions, we can say, I'm coming in as a twin flame. My twin flame is incarnated along with me. I'm going to connect with this person. We can predestine all these things on a soul level, kind of like checkpoints in a video game. We can set up these checkpoints in life with these others, with our twin flame along this journey to help us remember some of those intentions. But because this is planet Earth and because we do have free will, sometimes there are obstacles and issues that happen over the course of life, or choices that are made by people, by others, by ourselves, that create certain outcomes in our life that require a kind of divine intervention to surmount, to overcome. I just saw the number 2222, lots of alignment numbers. But in these cases where there is a situation that is seemingly impossible and very painful over the course of time for one of the twin flame counterparts, usually the divine feminine, in these extreme cases, sometimes Spirit, the divine, will step in here and say, okay, this situation needs to be shaken up a bit, because you could think of it like an energetic rut that you get in. There's like this habit loop that you can get so deeply entrenched in that it is very difficult to change or to shift while you are still inside the situation. So Spirit comes in sometimes in these cases and says, okay, the only way to shift this situation is actually to extract this person from it for a period of time, or to step outside of it for a period of time. So this is one of those cases where a twin flame walk-in may actually happen while your twin flame counterpart is still alive. Of course, this is all different than in the case when a twin flame passes on, which is the conversation we talked about earlier. This is when your twin flame, the physical presence, the physical person of your twin flame is actually still alive. But like I said, an extreme case, an extreme set of circumstances, choices, leads to this very severe energetic rut. So usually the first thing that happens is, as the person who is more aware, more awakened, you feel a lot of pain, and usually you feel this pain over the course of time. At first, it feels like a twin flame separation to you, and it is, but this separation goes on and feels like it actually gets more severe. And ultimately, it begins to feel so painful, so confusing, that at times it even begins to feel like it is inhibiting you living your soul's purpose, living your passion, creating what you came here to create or do, your soul mission here. Because of, again, usually choices your twin flame has made or is making, lessons that usually your twin flame counterpart isn't yet willing to learn, isn't yet open to learning. Sometimes in these cases, you can become so severely stuck that there is this divine intervention that will extract you from this person, this physical person or situation. Usually, this reaches a kind of culmination point with something very severe or confusing or painful that happens, that again finally reaches that moment of the divine stepping in to say, okay, this situation needs to be switched up a bit in order to make a shift, in order to create the shift that needs to happen between these twin flames. So in this case, sometimes, again, either temporarily or permanently, your twin flame's energy will somewhat be passed or be bounced to another suitable carrier. Usually this is a high-level romantic soulmate who then begins to carry this frequency of twin flame connection. So what this means for you and how you can know you are experiencing this is in that instant, it will feel as though you have suddenly lost that energetic soul connection to your twin flame. When you think of the physical person of your twin flame, it may be incredibly confusing because you may find yourself feeling indifferent. You may find yourself feeling warm toward them in some sense. You could still feel the hurt, the love, the warmth, everything mixed up together from the memories of your connection with them. But the key word there is memories, because it's almost as though with a twin flame walk-in, you are looking back on someone else's life, someone else's relationship. You don't feel as much present emotion, positive or negative, toward this physical person. When you meditate, when you visualize, when you are falling asleep at night, waking up in the morning, when you usually would feel your twin flame's presence most strongly, you can no longer feel the energy attached to that physical person, that physical name, face, identity. I know this sounds really confusing, and again, this will not happen to everyone. This isn't for everyone. This is just a kind of, again, an extreme phenomenon that can happen for some. So other signs you are experiencing this is you will begin to feel a pull in your soul, the same kind of pull that we talk about feeling right before you meet a twin flame in the physical the first time. You feel as though there is someone out there for you, someone you are supposed to meet, someone you are supposed to connect with. And again, at the same time, you will have lost the feelings that you had for this physical being that was your twin flame, or that you associated with your twin flame. Now, this pull can be associated with a specific person, meaning that it's possible that you met someone new and you could be filled with confusing feelings of, do I have more than one twin flame? Was my quote unquote first twin flame a false twin? I do believe this is actually where we get the whole false twin flame idea, is oftentimes from a walk-in situation, from a situation where someone was our twin flame in the sense that they were carrying our twin flame's frequency, but because of some kind of severe disconnect, energetic rut or issue, and a seemingly impassable issue, there was a walk-in situation where our twin flame's energy transferred to a different, more suitable carrier. And then, of course, we, from our physical perspective, became confused because now this new person is having all of the same twin flame signs, experiences. It's extremely intense, it's profound, it's deep, it's loving. It is fitting all of the twin flame information and signs that we knew about from the twin flame path we've been on for a long time. So this is where the situation or this conversation becomes really confusing, because this is something you really have to feel out over the course of time. Yes, of course, there are karmic situations involved in true twin flame connection. It's possible to be with your twin flame, but then to feel the pull to a karmic because of some kind of unhealed wound or pattern within yourself. And of course, that doesn't mean that that karmic is somehow now actually your twin flame. There's simply a karmic who is coming in and meeting your wounds where they are unhealed, and causing you to feel this pull to them. So this really takes time to sort out within yourself. In fact, usually it can take months or years to really fully get a grasp on, what is going on here in this situation. Is this person my twin flame? Am I experiencing a walk-in? What is happening here? So really be gentle and be patient with yourself throughout this process. If you do suspect you are experiencing a twin flame walk-in, now many people will ask, is this a temporary situation? Is this a permanent situation? And the answer is it can be either. In fact, you could think of a twin flame walk-in as potentially being like a substitute teacher within twin flame connection. In fact, many twin flames talk about prior to meeting what I'll call their primary twin, meaning the predominant physical person that is their twin flame, accepting, of course, a walk-in situation. Prior to meeting this person, very often we will actually meet other romantic partners and feel our twin flame's energy coming through these people, through something they say, something they do. It will almost connect us in with them. And it may only last a few seconds, a day, a month. The same thing is true with meeting a twin flame walk-in after having these interactions in the physical with your twin. This twin flame walk-in could be the carrier of this twin flame energy permanently for the rest of your life. They might carry that frequency just for a few seconds as you are interacting with a new stranger and you feel your twin flame's energy coming through them to teach you something through that interaction. This could be someone that you date casually, that you connect with for a few weeks, for a few months, for a year. And because this situation, when it comes to walk-ins, things get very fluid and can feel very messy. It can feel very confusing. So what I will say is this: the most important thing at the end of the day is to follow the energy. Because remember, your twin flame is an energy. It's not a person. Although there is, of course, a physical component to this path, to this twin flame journey, your twin flame is an energy. And that energy is the same energy as unconditional self-love, because your twin flame, your true twin flame, is always within you. So this means if you are always moving toward unconditional self-love, if you are always choosing yourself, choosing your highest good here in this lifetime on this planet, if you are pursuing your purpose as you understand it at this point here on earth, the more you choose yourself and to love yourself, the closer you will align with the energy of your twin flame and naturally gravitate to them in the physical world. Naturally, everything will become much clearer to you as you continue to connect in with that unconditional love that truly must begin with unconditional self-love. Aligning with and reconnecting with our twin flame in this lifetime, be it the physical person we have always considered to be our twin flame, which will be the case for most of you, or whether you are someone in a twin flame walk-in situation who will experience divine love connection through a twin flame carrier, someone who is different than who you consider to be your twin flame prior, but who still carries your twin flame's energy and frequency, regardless of which situation you find yourself in, whether it's a painful separation where you know who your twin flame is, but sense this disconnect in the physical and long to reunite, or whether this is someone you feel tugging at your soul in a walk-in situation that you long to connect with more deeply. Know that all of this reunion with our twin in the physical begins with creating what we call an energetic union. There is so much that can become very confusing as we try to sift through all this information, as we try to determine who is my twin flame, what is our purpose here in this life, how do we end up together. All of these questions can really cloud us energetically, when the only answer to all of them, the way we gain clarity, is by getting back to our own pure core soul frequency, because our twin flame shares that frequency. It is the person who carries an identical core soul frequency. So what prevents us from radiating this beautiful, powerful, incredibly magnetic frequency of our soul is all of the negative programming, belief systems, and ideas that really limit us, that get implanted into our minds, that cause this very, what I call, chaotic consciousness within our mind. So to clear out this chaos consciousness and help you shift energetically fully to surrender state and begin to cultivate that beautiful energy union with your twin that will then manifest physically, aligning you with them in the physical world, connecting you with them, I've created a really powerful twin flame subliminal meditation. This subliminal contains unconscious affirmations, meaning while you're listening, your conscious mind won't be able to hear them, but that is why it is so effective, because what your conscious mind can't hear, it can't reject. So these affirmations will bypass the conscious filter of your mind and sink to those deeper layers of your subconscious. Now, the amazing thing is your subconscious is directly reflected in your energy field. So by allowing yourself to be energetically shifted into surrender state by this subliminal meditation, you are then powerfully magnetizing your energy for your true twin flame to align you with your twin flame in the physical, whether it is the physical person you've always known to be your twin flame or the walk-in. Either way, as you surrender, as you shift into surrender consciousness, this person will naturally, easily, beautifully align with you in your physical life, and you will receive total clarity about this person, about the situation over time, because you have fully released all of those confusing, chaotic ideas and beliefs that cloud your vision. So this twin flame surrender subliminal is available to you through my website, soundandsoulful.com. I will leave a link to this subliminal in the pinned comment and description box. You can click that link and explore more about how this subliminal is designed to powerfully shift and heal and magnetize the energy between you and your true twin flame. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next podcast video.